Hi, and thanks for joining us today. I am Urs Hölzle, Senior Vice President of Engineering for Google Cloud. Let me start by taking a minute to wish everyone well. No matter what business or country you're in the past few months, probably they've been the most challenging months in quite a while. So I hope you are well. Now, today, I'm going to discuss how Anthos enables rapid business transformation, whether you're in a single cloud, in multiple clouds, or hybrid. Agility and cost optimizations are always important, but they serve you particularly well in this time. Take Iron Mountain, for example, a company founded in 1951 to provide records management. And their customers need access to their stored records, but Iron Mountain cannot always provide that service in the cloud due to data residency or compliance requirements. But using Anthos and AI, they were able to open up millions of dollars of additional revenue by offering these capabilities on premises. And this was something they were able to take from a planning stage to the proof of concept in less than 3 months with Anthos. Now, as a leader, you're always looking for ways to be proactive and bring ideas like that to the table. And during this uncertain time, it can feel like those ideas are out of reach, but they are not. And in this talk, I will show you how you can benefit from Anthos within weeks and months, not years. So today I'm going to focus on 3 objectives to put you in control. First, your operations and security teams need more efficient ways to manage that hybrid or multi-cloud infrastructure. This provides crucial agility and security in a rapidly changing time. Second, you need a way to use these multiple environments to your advantage to create secure, reliable applications faster. And third, you'll need to find ways to optimize costs. So let's jump right in. For all organizations, being able to pivot where applications and operations run is critical. And the good news is that you've been probably laying the groundwork for that by adopting containers, because containers free your applications from proprietary infrastructure and bring manageability, reliability, and security. But they do require infrastructure. And you're likely dealing with more than just one infrastructure platform these days. In fact, we conduct a research survey every year of thousands of companies. And one interesting result was that within 2 years, 88% of large enterprises will be using more than one cloud provider, in addition to their on-premise deployments. So this is a landscape where many of you probably are operating now. 2, 3, maybe 4 different infrastructures and teams working with both virtual machines and containers. And this can be a good thing because it provides options. But simply having more environments doesn't automatically create success. And in fact, a recent McKinsey study says that after migrating a portion of their workloads to the cloud, around 80% of CIOs report that they have not attained the agility and business benefits that they sought. Now, one possible reason is that all of these different environments and workloads fragment your operations and your teams. Because your operation teams are specialized to the environments they work in, and therefore the workloads and the teams are not as portable as they should be. And it's challenging to consistently monitor and secure all of these environments. So this fragmentation reduces your options, and it increases your lead times when you need to pivot. We need to connect these environments in a modern way to create a single platform. This way, when market conditions change or a budget change happens, or if you spot an opportunity in the market and need to staff up a new team, you can do what's right for your applications and for your data and for your business without being constrained by the infrastructure that you run on. And this is why we created Anthos and why we think it's positioned well to serve you right now and in the future. Because with a consistent platform across on-premises, Google Cloud, AWS, and soon Azure, security policies are easier to implement and control. And these policies can exist at granular levels: teams, applications, groups, whatever your business needs. And they're enforced with automated tools in Anthos. And this automation can bring big efficiencies. According to a recently commissioned Total Economic Impact report from Forrester, Anthos can help improve productivity for security tasks by 60 to 96%. And you get efficiencies for operations as well, with consistent logging and monitoring across all environments. And this consistency brings observability, so your operations team gets one look across all of your platforms, which helps them quickly pinpoint the sources of issues. And so instead of many disconnected teams monitoring and troubleshooting separately, engineers can work together, share best practices, use the same tools, and switch projects with less time to ramp. In the banking industry or other regulated industries, Anthos can also help you elevate your security and compliance posture, both on premises and in the cloud. Now, Anthos is a horizontal platform, but we're also creating Anthos-based solutions that are tailored to specific industries. We're currently running pilots of Anthos for retail to simplify in-store operations. And earlier this year, we introduced Anthos for telecom, part of Google Cloud's larger strategy and global mobile edge cloud, which extends multi-cloud capabilities to the edge for 5G and network-centric applications. All of this based on the same platform, Anthos. Now, better operations help you react faster to changing environments. But what about your applications? Getting updates and new applications into the hands of your customers faster helps you adjust to changing market conditions. And Anthos can help you shorten your release cycles without sacrificing the stability, security, or supportability of your applications. And that's not just a theoretical benefit. Our customer KeyBank, for example, saw this when they switched to Anthos. Instead of their previous monthly releases, they could have releases on a daily basis. So think about that, daily releases in a regulated environment like a bank with Anthos. That agility requires continuous integration and continuous deployment, of course. And that's another place where Anthos can really help. Because with Anthos, development and operations teams can rely on automated tooling so that the policies set by your security team are enforced by the platform and not by people. This approach enables what we call a shift-left mindset. For those of you not familiar with the term, think about the build, test, deploy continuum from left to right. The more issues you can find on the left side, the fewer problems make it into production on the right side. So you want to left shift as much as possible. And left shifting means less time troubleshooting or doing things manually and more time for innovation. In fact, according to that Forrester study, your organization can see a reduction in time spent on non-coding activities by 23 to 38%. Now, we apply this left shift approach to security as well. For example, the origin of all of your source code is logged for accountability, and it must meet the policy set by your security teams in order to progress through the pipeline. And this helps keep your deployment and your development in a safe and controlled state at all times. And there are reliability benefits as well, because with a common platform, your applications can span multiple clouds to decrease the reliance on just one infrastructure. Take our customer Plaid, for example. Plaid's customers rely on their always available analytics service to make changes in real time and continuously and to improve their user experience. And using Anthos, Plaid can deploy the same code using the same tools to multiple clouds for ultimate reliability. And they don't need to learn cloud-specific ways to manage and monitor these individual clouds. Anthos provides one way to develop, secure, and operate across multiple clouds. Now, Anthos is built on industry standard open source, so you can avoid being locked into just one vendor. And you benefit from a rich and growing ecosystem of other open source tools and services built around it. And since it's open source, you can even contribute new functionality yourself if you need to. Now, let's pivot to cost. This year especially, part of your IT strategy surely requires optimizing costs. And in fact, I've been talking about that the whole time today. Why? Well, because unified operations, faster application development, and simplified security will save you cost. Forrester estimates that a typical global enterprise of about 15,000 employees can free up between 101 and 173 full-time IT personnel by adopting Anthos. And that productivity improvement allows you to invest in new strategic goals instead of struggling with the complexity of multi-cloud IT. You can also save money by more strategically managing your infrastructure capacity and take advantage of that common platform. For example, for those applications that have steady needs and they haven't changed in years, you could move them to commodity hardware on premises where you have idle capacity. And for other applications with highly variable resource consumption or applications that are temporary, you can move them into the cloud, unchanged, where infrastructure can be scaled up and scaled down. Now, in addition to streamlining operations and improving capacity planning, Anthos can also help you rethink the traditional on-premise infrastructure stack. Because with the transition to containers, the expensive hypervisors you're using today provide much less value. So later this year, you'll be able to run Anthos on bare metal with no third-party hypervisor. You can continue to leverage your on-premises hardware, but significantly cut down on that licensing spend. So I hope the strategies that I laid out today planted a seed for what is possible in your organization today, despite the challenges we face. The summary is simple. Anthos helps you put your IT into a much better position. You gain agility, choosing where to run your apps and how fast you can move them from one environment to another. You increase the speed of innovation with containers and CI/CD. And you optimize costs, people costs, infrastructure costs, licensing costs, and opportunity costs. And through all of these, you're enhancing your security posture. Now, with all of the transformation that I have discussed today, it's important to remember that Anthos does not require an architectural forklift. Getting started is much easier and faster than a traditional migration. You get results in weeks, not years. But I don't want you to just take my word for it. For example, our partner Arctic has been working with enterprise customers on Anthos adoption for over a year now. And what they recommend to enterprise customers is starting with Anthos on GCP. That way, most customers have their first workload running on Anthos within 1 week. And from there, they can move on to production workloads within months. So Anthos accelerates application transformation by delivering a common platform and transformative change. We have a rich Anthos partner ecosystem with partners like Arctic, SADA Systems, and others to get you up and running quickly. So if you're ready to get started, contact your sales team or your partner. And if you want to read more about the Total Economic Impact Report that I mentioned, find it at cloud.google.com/Anthos. So last, I wish the best for you, your loved ones, and your teams. Thank you.